Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing all right. I got just a thought. It popped up. Just got done with the job, but first opportunity I've had to actually kind of talk about it. This one I think is really, really, really important for anybody that's willing to listen, because it's literally for everybody. So in this world, we have a tendency to want to define success and value by the things that we've accumulated. And we want to create legacy, hopefully, for our children by being able to provide things for them. So, I mean, to me, a material great legacy would be is that you have property, you have a business, and it can be passed down from generation to generation, and it stays in the family, and there's a legacy of the things that you've accomplished materially. Which, I would love for that to happen for my family. I would love to be able to have things like that, to be able to do that. But as I was driving around thinking about that whole concept, and what brought this up was that I received a text from someone that was basically just thanking me for things I had said a long time ago, and apparently has stuck in their mind and in their heart, and has still been of value to them. And it got me to thinking about my own children. So yeah, it would be great to be able to pass on material legacy to them. That would be amazing and awesome, that they wouldn't have anything to ever have to worry about. But the reality is that material legacies and material goods and success and all that, in the scheme of who we're supposed to be and what our life is truly about, is almost irrelevant. A true legacy that I hopefully can pass on to my children and the people that I know, and family, and even strangers. The legacy I want to pass is one not of words, but of action, of love, mercy, grace, kindness, forgiveness, and contentment in all things. If those things can be passed from me to my children, then hopefully what that means is that they pass that to their children. And we go from, you can take your family to one that's miserable and that complains and whines and victimizes and all the different things that come with all the things that take place in life with trauma and everything else, to where hopefully through generationally there becomes this sense of love and mercy and grace and kindness, to be able to pass that on to your children. I mean, I want you to understand the ripple effect of what that means, that if you raise a child that has those traits, they pass it on to other people through their actions. Those people get a ripple effect through their family, through their friends. And then if one of those people picks it up, then it creates another ripple effect through their family and through their friends. So the true legacy that we should be passing on as parents to our children is those traits. But to have those traits, they have to be within us. They have to be within me. I have to be able to get to where I am of love, that I am kind, that I have grace towards others, I have mercy towards others, that I am forgiving. All those traits must be within me, so that my children, so that people who are around me can observe the actions that go along with those traits, with those characteristics, the fruit that's on that tree. Because I can talk about it all day long, but if the action's not following suit, no one learns anything. But if you, and I say this constantly to my children, because something I firmly believe, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's paying attention. You never know what people glean from your very actions and the things that you do. So think about this when you're raising your children. Think about what they're watching in you. Think about what they're observing in you and what they take from you as a characteristic or a trait or personality trait that they will now pass on to their children. So if you live in a state of chaos and anger and frustration and pessimism and hopelessness, if you live in that state, your children observe that, oh, so this is what life is? So this is how I live. But if they see that, wait a minute, that you do have hope, that you seem to show love to even strangers, kindness to those you don't know, reach out to those who are in need, forgive those who hurt you and anger you, show mercy and grace to those who have not achieved what you perceive them to need to be achieving. Understand that everyone's journey on this planet, on this walk that we all take, is completely different from everyone else's. And the standard by which you judge their life is based off of the standard that you hold yourself to, not what you can ever hold them to, because their life is their life. So therefore, grace and mercy are probably the most integral parts of this action-initiated effect that we can have on others. So yeah, do your stocks, do your mutual funds, build your wealth, do all those things. That's wonderful, great, awesome. But if those are more important to you than the traits that I mentioned of love and mercy and kindness and grace and forgiveness and kindness, if building that is more important than those, you have failed. Because you will die. They'll get whatever you gave them. But then guess what they do? They go on and continue building that wealth. But they have none of those traits. They probably maybe might have greed, selfishness, pride. But mercy and grace? No. Love and forgiveness? Probably not. So weigh in the balance what is truly, truly important. Because if the money comes, great. Father, I'm not going to complain if you dump money in my lap. I'm not going to complain about it. But I would much rather have those traits, those things, because that's what I want my children to have. I want to know when I leave, whenever I return back to my home with the Father, that my children continue the legacy of kindness, of grace, of mercy, of love, of forgiveness. All of that. They just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and reaching out to those, seeing when someone's hurting and helping them, showing them the way back to truth, showing them that there is so much more to this life than they ever possibly could know, showing them that they are amazing, that the Christ within them makes them truly, truly amazing, showing kindness because you never know what anyone's walking through. Providing a shoulder for someone to lean on. You don't have to give advice. Just let them know that you do care, that they are important. Don't enable them in victimhood. Don't enable them in their pity, but show them a better way. Examine your life. Examine what you're giving your children. Observe them. See what you see in them. See if those traits are within them. Because chances are, if it is within them, then more than likely it's within you. But if you're not seeing it in them, then you really need to look back at yourself and examine. And if it's not there, you need to forgive. You need to ask for forgiveness. And you need to forgive yourself. And you need to work on that. You need to say, Father, I suck at this. I suck at loving. I suck at grace. I suck at mercy. I suck at kindness. I suck at forgiveness. I need all the help I can get to start walking down this road, because this is the trait of love. Those are the characteristics of love. Unconditional. No judgment. No condemnation. No revenge. No vengeance is mine. But mercy and grace and kindness and love. So anyway, that's a pretty important thought. And I hope whoever needed to hear that is listening, that you heed it. There's things that I say that if you listen, even if you don't action on it at the moment, it is going deep within you. So when the time comes for you to act upon it, Lord willing, you will. So that the change can begin within you. So that the journey can start. And then your children, oh God, your children can become who they truly are supposed to be. That your friends can become who they are truly supposed to be. Your family members, the strangers, the people you encounter every single day, your co-workers, the ones you work with. No one is exempt from showing them these characteristics. No one. I don't care what they've done. I don't care who they are. No one is exempt from receiving the love, the mercy, the grace, the kindness, the forgiveness. No one. The only limiting factor in that is you. And in my case, it would be me. I'm the limiting factor on whether people see that, feel it, or know it. They're not responsible for my treatment of them. I am. So anyway, there's something to think about. I love you guys. Peace.